Okay, everybody got it? Okay, I want you to write on the piece of paper a person that you are grateful for. A person that you are grateful for, whether he or she is still alive already or already dead. Okay, so write down the name of that person and what is his or her relation to you and why you are grateful to him or her. Okay, so in a piece of paper write down the name of that person and what's the relation of that person to you and why you are grateful. So if you have many, choose the one that you are most grateful for. Okay, only one. Give you 2 minutes to do that. Later, I want you to take a photo of the piece of paper. It's either you can put it in the WhatsApp group Telegram or you can PM me. So I will tally check with the attendance. If it's you don't give this, I will remove your name from the attendance. Okay, 2 minutes from now. If you finish, take a photo of it, send it to the Telegram group, or you can private message me. Make sure your name's there and the name of that person and what's the relation to you and why you are grateful. One of your friend in the house, a thunder strike the electric pole, so there's a blackout. That's one problem of living in a humid country like us. There are lots of what you call it, thunder strikes. Is it the same in other countries? Do you have a lot of thunderstorm, with lightning? Or no? Those who are not Malaysian?
No, madam, we don't have that.
You don't have lightning?
Yeah, no, we don't have.
Okay. Where are you from again?
I'm from Morocco.
Morocco. You don't have lightning in Morocco. Okay.
There is, but not a lot.
Yes, yes. Yeah, there is once in a while, right? I've been to Egypt. Normally it's not raining, but once there's a thunderstorm and people were like shocked. In Malaysia, it's common. And the problem is, it can damage the electrical wiring of the house. And not only that, it will damage even the equipment, the electrical equipment. So there's a lot, that's why research, they have, for different region, they have different research for the engineering side, because the environment in the country is different. So for example, if you want to do a solar panel, right? You want to build a solar farm in Malaysia and in Morocco, maybe slightly different. There are things which are to consider different, right? I think Morocco have one of the biggest solar farm, right? Yes or no?
The biggest what?
Solar farm. Solar farm.
I really don't know.
You don't know?
No.
I think yes, because I is my area solar, and then they are using a Germany's company to help build the solar, and it costs a lot of money. But I think it's a smart move. Okay, so everybody finish? You already put in the group or WhatsApp me now? Nobody put in the group, so you all PM me. You are shy people, because I did this in another group, so they don't mind sharing with everybody. Okay, so okay, why I do this exercise? Anybody can guess? Let's speak a bit lah. Otherwise, we all will be sleeping this evening. Why you think?
It's a reminder.
Reminder for what?
For what we are now.
Oh, for what
Because you
are
asked
now?
us to who we should be grateful, right? So until this point at the moment, so we will look back at the person in our lives. So who we should be grateful to.
Oh, ada apa noise. Okay, alright. So yes, brother. So this I went to one workshop, and the facilitator started with this, and it makes me think. Sometimes we take for granted people around you, who cares about you. Sometimes you just don't think about it, right? And then when somebody asks you to think who actually that you're most grateful for, then you start thinking who it should be. You can have many, but only one. And then also, why is that person you're grateful? So now, when we are grateful for that person, if the person is still alive, what should you do? I would say 70% or more of you will write your mother, I think from my years of experience doing this. 70 or 80% will write your mother. Some will write the father. Very rare, some uncle, some friend. There is some friend as well. But most of you, I will think, will write your mother. So if that person that you're grateful for are still alive, what should you do? Answer my question. Anybody?
Take care of her / him.
Take care of her or him.
Yeah.
Do بر.
Sorry?
Do بر الوالدين.
Birrul walidain, true. Yes, agree. And the least that you can do is actually to thank them. To say to them that you are thank you for being why you are grateful for. Some people because of the support, some people because I don't know, many things, right? So at least while they are still alive, you should tell them that you're actually thankful to have him or her in your life. So before they are gone. So because we take life for granted, and then one day when it's gone, you have regrets. So if the person is not alive, what should you do? If you're the person that you're grateful which not alive, what do you do?
Pray for.
Yes.
Pray for them.
Make dua and pray for them. So this is how we show that we are grateful. And always be grateful to everybody, person that Allah sent. It's not there for like it's not there for in random. Allah sent that person there for you, and we should be grateful to Allah for showing us that. I want to share this. Let me share my screen. Can you see? Can you see?
Can.
Yes.
Yes. Can somebody recite this ayah? It's from Surah An-Naml, ayah 19. Anybody? A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Continue.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأدخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you. Can somebody else read what it means? So suddenly nobody can read English? Huh? Please read the meaning. The third time I asked, we cancel the class.
My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to do righteousness of which you approve, and admit me by your mercy into the rank of your righteous servants.
Okay, thank you, Brother Imran.
Sadaqallahul-Azim.
Can somebody explain what this dua about, this prayer about, dua about? Saya nak kena panggil nama lah ni. Awak ni semua kenapalah starting to babble in Malay. You know, why we Malay we are why we Muslims we are so what's the word? Apa ni? Bukan static, apa kataan dia tu? I can't remember the word. You need to be proactive. The opposite of not proactive.
Introvert.
Introvert, yes, but in class
Passive.
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 Thank you, passive. Muslims are not passive, especially in class. This class, you come here with the right intention. Every second you are in this class, Allah will give you a lot of reward, ajar from Allah, pahala. And when you are learning, it should be active. It should be part of the learning process, not like, oh, I just don't care. And then if you are shy, you should overcome your shyness because you are not doing any sin. I'm asking you I'm not asking you to do any sin. So why should you be shy? So in Islam, you should feel shy when you do any sin, right? If you're not sinful or not doing any sin, so why should you feel shy? So you need to fight that shyness. I want a Malaysian to tell me what do you think about this ayah. Let's push the Malay. If no Malay speaks out, I will remove you from the class, all Malays, and you just leave the international here.
Yes, Brother Faton.
It has to be voluntary lah. There's no right or wrong. It's just telling you your opinion.
Okay, madam, I want to answer.
Okay, who are you?
Haziq.
Haziq, okay.
The doa asking that so Allah that grant us like the other way so that we will not like be ungrateful for what Allah has given us. And so that we will only do that things that Allah likes, and so that Allah prevent us from doing things that Allah like not like something like that.
Okay, thank you, Haziq, for your thoughts. Anybody else wants to add on that? Did you hear that, Nur Anissa? Did you hear what the brother said? Yes or no? You don't have a mic? Anissa. Nur Anissa Syuhada. Tak ada mic ke apa? Saya tak dapat. Check. Not really clear. You don't have a mic, Anissa? My mic is broken. Okay, let's ask Alia. Alia, did you hear what the brother said just now? Huh?
The brother said that this dua is to be for us to be grateful of what Allah given. So that we don't take things for granted.
Betul ke, Haziq?
Betul.
Okay, semua betul lah. You support each other. Alright, so okay, brothers and sisters, this is a beautiful dua that Allah recorded in the Quran, that the Prophet Sulaiman make dua to Allah, and the beauty is, because sometimes we forget to be grateful, to have syukur to Allah in everything. So here is a dua. It's good to memorize and use it in your daily life. Rabbi auzi'ni, oh my Lord, wahai Tuhanku, auzi'ni, enable me, give me, an ashkura ni'mataka allati, to be grateful for all your favors, all your blessings upon me, allati an'amta alayya, all the favors, all the ni'mah that Allah gives to you. We need to realize that Allah giving a lot of ni'mah to us, even though we are trapped in our mahalla. I just spoken to one brother this morning, in my class, and I, at the end of the class, I asked the brother to stay back. I just want to see him online, because of the hair. The hair is long. The dress code. All brothers have to have short hair. And then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have places to cut my hair in the campus." Is that right? Nobody to cut hair in the campus, brothers?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No means what?
There are students that can cut hair.
There are students who can cut hair. Okay, basically that he said, and say he's just worried that somebody can cut her hair, but the design is not nice. I say, brother, it doesn't matter whether it's a little bit, you know, at an angle or something. But IIM dress code, we have to follow. If you are in UIA, you are studying in IIUM, you have to follow all the codes, code of conduct. Dress code is part of code of conduct. We are learning engineering ethics, right? In engineering ethics, there will be a subtopic at the end, code of conduct. So wherever you go, there will be a code of conduct or rules that you have to follow. In a company, there's code of conduct. As an engineer, you have code of conduct. As a student in IIUM, you also have code of conduct, which is part of it are dress code, which you have to follow because you are there. Okay. And partly in IIM is the Islamic university. There are more you have to follow. Even if you go to a non-Muslim country, there's a code of conduct. As long as it not violates the Sharia, you have to follow. So so be grateful for everything, all the favors that Allah gives upon you and upon your family, your parents, walidayya. So this is the Prophet. Who's the father of Prophet Sulaiman? Who is the father of Prophet Sulaiman? Kena buat quiz. I'm going to do quiz on the prophets. See how many pass, how many fail. Who's the father of Prophet Sulaiman? Tak payah Google lah kan. You don't know. You know, but I'm shy, madam. I cannot speak in front of people. I will go. Murni, who's the father of Prophet Sulaiman?
Prophet Daud.
Yes. Kenapa tak jawab? Bila saya tanya tadi.
Sorry.
Sorry, tak diterima. So next time when I ask, answer. Okay. So include the father, walidayya wa an a'mala salihan tardah. And the beauty is the Prophet Sulaiman asked Allah, he's the prophet, right? Asked Allah to make him to do amal saleh that Allah will have redha, Allah will love. So including us, our brothers and sisters, sometimes we don't even make dua like this. Ya Allah, show me what's the amal soleh that I can do while I'm a student in IIUM in the mahallah. Right? Wa adkhilni birahmatika fi ibadika salihin, and enters me, admit me with your rahmah among your righteous servants. I mean your saleh servants. So, you know, Prophet Sulaiman is soleh. If you think of Prophet Sulaiman, of course he's already soleh. But if this shows the humbleness of the Prophet Sulaiman. He asked Allah to put him among the people of soleh people. So we as well, brothers and sisters, should make dua like this. We want to be around soleh people. Why? Because then we become good people. If your friends are not soleh, then you have problems. You will be grouped in the day of judgment with people that who you you love. If you love people who skip classes, who smokes, you love people who play games 24 hours or maybe 8 hours or 5 hours, then you be grouped with that person in the day of judgment. So choose who you love. If you love to watch Korean movie a lot with a group of friends, and Allah will resurrect you with that kind of people. So if you love people who are soleh, who are good people, Allah will resurrect you, akan dibangkitkan on the day of judgment with those people that you love. So choose while still young, we still alive, choose who we want to be with, and Allah will, then we will be with that person on the day of judgment, inshallah. Okay, so that's the mukaddimah for today. I asked you to watch some videos, right? Did you watch last?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. And actually, I've looked at your progress report for your group. I received 8 groups progress report. Everything seems okay except for 1 or 2. For those progress report, because you have put the numbers, right? For those progress report less than 40% and less, okay? 40% and less, the leader please PM me in the Telegram. let's have a chat. Okay, so 40% and less. Let's have a friendly chat. Why is that so? Okay, so I know who you are, but I won't call you. I want you to tell me, to come and contact me. Okay. Other than that, I don't think much problem. I see everything. Hopefully you are doing okay. There won't be any class next week, right? Ada class next week?
No class.
No, ma'am.
Break, madam.
Some break, madam.
Is for the whole week or just how many weeks?
1 week.
Only.
1 week only. I was thinking maybe like 2-3 weeks. Okay. So, all right. Then you have time to relax and you can do your assignment next week as well, right? Your assignment, don't forget your assignment, the deadline. The sooner you start on it, the better it will be. Okay, that's good. Then, all right. So previously I asked you to think of your experience on unethical practices. Anybody wants to share before we go to the natural disaster? Unethical practices from your personal encounter or from the people that you know. You don't have to tell who, but what are the kind of unethical practices that you know happening?
Madam, can I share?
Sure, Maisara.
I once worked for the something like doing SEA Games. I work part time as a ticket counter. I'm not selling, but I just the one that when people want to enter, I will scan the ticket. Yeah, and then one of my co-worker, he said to me that doing this part time can earn so many money. I was wondering why he said that, and then I saw him take the bribery in front of me.
Bribery for what? To buy ticket?
No, there are some people that they didn't have the ticket to enter, but for example, just one ticket, but 4 people want to enter.
Oh. So they enter illegally?
Yes.
So the money he takes to himself?
Yeah.
Yes. So
that's when I realized why he said that.
I see. Is he happy? Is he rich?
He looks so happy.
He looks so happy.
Yeah.
But the reason why I ask, when when the source of the money is from haram, they will know you won't get barakah in life. So although you look like you are happy, but actually you are not. You won't be rich. You won't be happy, and you won't be satisfied with that kind of money. All right, that's good. So it can go. This unethical can go even to the ticket seller. The ticket seller is like nobody cares about the ticket seller. Normally. But yes, they can do unethical practice. Okay, thank you, Maisara, for that. Okay, other people, please.
Madam, can I share?
Okay, sure. Sister Aisyah.
So one of my senior told me he like labo. What in English labo?
Labo.
Melabur.
Invest.
He invest for his business about 10,000 ringgit to friend of friend, to his friend of friend. And then suddenly that guy vanished. So he lost that 10,000.
Yeah. So like scammers.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. 10,000. Yes. So a lot of scammers. So if you look at the Telegram, I put a few some examples. For example, the example of Bitcoins. It sounds technical. So there are Bitcoins which are okay, but there are Bitcoins which are actually just a scam. And then there are getting a lot of money and people are being scammed everywhere. Anybody watch that video of the Bitcoin? Tak ada. Because what I put in the Telegram is not important. That's why. Oh no, madam. I'm very busy. Okay. So you are very busy. So, so it should, the things that I've shown you is the latest news. Anything that I got from the news, recent news, I put it there. It's not that the news of the 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even not 5 years ago. It's actually what's happening now. And as a Muslim, we should know what's happening around us. Okay, we need to have general knowledge. And plus that engineering ethics, you need to know everything. You need to know about the environment, you need to know about the economy, you need to know about the technology, you need to know about the social, the people. So everything is part of the engineering ethics. So so you should know what's the development of scammers nowadays. So scammers from investment. So Bitcoin is kind of investment that you cannot see. So it's easy. There's a right way of doing it. And sometimes because you don't understand, you just invest. It can be the scam way. So maybe other people can also share what are the other scam that's happening. Okay, thank
Forex,
you. Apa masalah?
Forex. Another scam.
Awak pernah kena scam?
Tak pernah, tapi I know about the scam story about the Forex.
Okay, can you share?
There are some people who invest money, mostly people who are bersara apa?
Pension.
Yeah. They receive a lot of money, right, at that time. And then some people approached them and told them to invest in Forex, and then they invest. And suddenly the money disappear and the people also disappear.
Yes. So that's and a lot of scammers, they target the old people, your parents. So you nowadays with the COVID, the scammers even more. So you should always check upon your parents. Sometimes your parents don't tell you, so just check. It happens to my father. So normally my mother, she will tell me everything. So I managed to stop her from investing in the previous. It sounds stupid, the investment, but but because of the friends of a friend in a group, it becomes, they believe that. So because it's a friend, your close friend is doing this, your close friend is actually inviting you to do it. So previously, I think 5 years ago, my mother was invited to join apa nama perkataan tu, stamp,
I know.
So many involved in this scam. So it's the stamp, you have a letter, you have a envelope, you put a stamp there, right? The postal stamp. So that kind of stamp, people will invest in the stamp, then the stamp will get money. It does even us for normal, the one who can think, it doesn't make sense. But for them, they really believe. So after some time, managed to convince my mother it's not possible. So then alhamdulillah, she decided not to. But I think lately, my father got scammed, and he didn't tell anybody, and we don't even know how much. So and they are they are ruthless, these scammers. They will try to persuade, especially the old people. I have my auntie, she just had a stroke before. So she had a call about scammer and she was like shaking while listening to the phone. She's an old lady staying alone, and that person convinced her that she needs to transfer money. So poor people, you're not only getting the money, but damage the health, and so this is all just wrong. So as we as Muslim, how should we do? What should we do to reduce this scam problem? We should think about it rather than you playing games internet again. So why don't you think of what can you do to actually stop this or give awareness to especially the old people, they are vulnerable people. Okay, anybody else? Let's hear one or two from the brothers.
Ma'am, I can share.
Yes, Khalil.
One time at a fuel station near to someone tried to sell me a fake phone for 500 ringgits.
Fake phone?
Yes. He came to me, he said he has gambling debts and he really needs to get rid of the phone, and he showed me a fake receipt and told me this phone, usually it's 1,300, I'll give it to you for 500.
I see. So did you buy?
No.
Okay.
Because I checked the phone, he chose he chose the worst phone possible. The phone that he was trying to scam, the original, the camera would pop up. And the fake one he gave me, the camera doesn't go up. So I told him, why is this? Then he gets angry, shouts at me in Malay and leaves. I don't know what he said to me.
Oh, he's a Malay?
Yeah. But he's like a very old, shady looking guy.
Oh, okay. Yes. So scammers in terms of to sell you technology, things, gadgets. Yes. So there are people like that. And I think there are more and more people like that. I don't know whether they are desperate. Even if they are desperate, they shouldn't do that. Okay, thank you, brother. Who else? A brother? Ke sister ke pun boleh. You know, I'm looking at all of you. You cannot hide because you turn on your video. I can see you. Silence yourself.
Okay, madam.
Huh?
Okay, I will share my experience. After my high school, I do part-time job in one store. Do you know 7-Eleven? Yes, I work part-time as the cashier at 7-Eleven, but during my time I work, I asked the friend or co-worker for the 7-Eleven about where can I perform solat. So she tell me you can use the store at the back to perform your solat. Okay, I say okay, I will use. Okay, then after a couple of weeks I worked there, I never saw she performing solat, and I think at that time I think maybe she uzur lah kot. Tapi and then I work as usual, and then I found out she never performed solat. So I feel so sad that at that time she worked very hard but not performing the solat. So I think that's not so ethical. That's the problem.
So what do you do?
At that time I do nothing. I just do my part as.
Okay, what should you do?
Supposedly should nasihat, advise him, or I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes.
As okay, as IUM student, you went to all this usrah, you know, all this Islamic worldview.
No, at that time I'm not entering UIA yet.
Oh, so you're not no. Now I'm asking you now. What should you do now if you see the same situation? You are in the same situation. What should you do?
Okay.
What would you do?
I will tazkirah him.
Tazkirah, huh? Okay, all right. So brothers and sisters, it's a very good example. But if you go out, I don't know how much of you go out in the real world in your own country, in Yemen, in Morocco. I don't know about Morocco. I think the same all around the world. Any Muslim countries is the same. Roughly, people are less and less people are praying 5 times a day. I think it's the same. And and if you go out there, there are a lot more, and you will be like strangers. I have a student, engineering student, who after finish graduated work in a company in Malaysia. And then it's an all Malay, it means all Malay company, so all Muslims. And it was Ramadan. The whole floor, the whole, because it's just one floor, big one floor. Everybody in the company doesn't fast, not fasting, do not fast. They are eating, they're eating in the cubicle. You can see everybody are eating. And she was shocked. She was from IIUM, right? And so she was shocked. And she's the only one who's fasting in Ramadan. There are many men over there. So it's a shock to him, to her. And then including Salat, there's a place also where to do the prayer. Say over here, it's a small room that rarely anybody use it. So, and then every time she wants to go to Salat, so, people will mock her. People say, oh, you are the Ustazah, just for praying. And people will mock her for fasting, for praying. So she got a tough time over there. And that's why she contacted me and said, Madam, I'm in this situation. What should I do? So at that time, I was also shocked. The whole thing, even the boss were mocking her. When she says something about prayer or anything, she will get slashed by the boss. So I said to the sister, if you can find another job, go and find another job. So after some time, because everybody, not even one, I said, can you find one person that is good that you can be friend with? Nobody. So the environment is like that. So yes, brothers and sisters out there, there are many. The biggest unethical is when your what do you call it, your duty to Allah, you don't do the basic duty, which is praying 5 times a day. 5 times a day. So if any of you here are not praying 5 times a day, you are not doing your basic duty, and it's the highest unethical at the top, right? So that's the first thing you should do. Then the rest will come. Okay, good. Thank you. So I think that's enough for sharing. The rest of you are so, I don't know, quiet. You don't want to share. Now let's talk about the natural disaster, the videos. Any question? And disaster management. This is part of engineering ethics. Any question?
No, ma'am.
No? No discussion, no nothing? Nothing you want to raise, no you want to comment? Okay, maybe I will ask you. Okay, it's difficult, you have no question, maybe I will ask you then. Siapa nak tanya ni? Faisal, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you think about can you comment, what is the most significant point of the video to you?
Ma'am, I didn't watch it. Sorry.
So what did you do my whole class for 1 hour and 20 minutes last time?
Ma'am, I had some assignment to submit, so the last night I didn't sleep. So at that time I slept really early. Like after the noon I slept and woke up in the middle of the night. To tell you the truth.
Okay, thank you for telling the truth. But you still have Saturday, Sunday to watch, right? The video?
Yes, ma'am. I will watch it, and if you ask me again, I will answer your question.
No, I meant I gave last Thursday. So you have the Saturday, Sunday, you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to watch.
When the work was due, like, ma'am, I forgot about it, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Who else? So that's why many of you don't have question. I will ask you, what's the point? Thank you for being honest. One thing about Islam is you have to be honest, even though, and you have to be honest to yourself. You have to be honest to Allah. Although you may not be honest, but Allah knows. So in Islam, as-siddiq, the one who are honest, are at the higher rank. Okay. Sabah, what do you think? What's the most important point you remember?
I think how we prepare for disasters, for the natural disaster. That's the point that I was focusing on.
Okay, can you share a bit?
Like how the community will prepare for what the stages, like recovery, the 4 stages. But I remember that was the last point, the second video. And why what should we do as Muslims for the disasters? We should be patient and believe that test from God, etc.
Okay, thank you. So I know you are watching. So how about Ikhwan? What do you think about the video? Since you don't have question, right? So I will not cover this. I assume you understand everything, then we move to the next topic. Yes, Ikhwan.
I actually have one question, but it's okay.
So you can. So why didn't you tell me when I asked the question?
I was constructing the sentence.
You was constructing the sentence. Okay. All right.
So the question was, since we are in the pandemic, is COVID-19 considered as biological natural disaster or man-made natural disaster?
Okay. Thank you for the question. Who wants to answer? Do you understand the question? So the brother is asking, is it a man-made or a natural disaster? That's a good question. So, anybody?
Me, madam.
Okay, Abdullah.
It's actually debatable, and also there are so many speculations about it. So we are not 100% sure. It could be man-made or a natural disaster. That's the short answer.
Okay, so you are inclined to which one?
A natural disaster.
Okay, those who are inclined to natural disaster, put a reaction now. Those who incline that this COVID-19 is a natural disaster, put a reaction. You know reaction right at the bottom. Okay, click there. Aida, Jobahir, Maisarah, Aida, Hassan. So the rest of you think man-made? Abdullah. Alia, you think it's man-made? Asyik Alia je, tak apalah Alia. Sabar je lah.
I think it is man-made. Yeah, because when the first news about the virus break out, they say it is true because humans eat something they shouldn't eat, like that. Something like that. The virus was in the bag, but then the human eat it and it spread around the world. I think it was man-made disaster.
Okay, tak berapa nak dengar because of the internet. Awak dengar ke Aisyah? Clear ke? Is it clear? No? Oh, it's okay. At least you tried.
Madam, she said about the cause of the COVID-19. So the Chinese, it was said that COVID-19 is from when the Chinese eat like something like animals like bat or frog. I don't know. Like she said the cause of it, so it is man-made.
So that's why it's man-made.
Yeah. And I think the virus is spread because of human. So if you don't contain ourselves, and then it will spread because. So it is.
So man-made, yeah, it's a fault of the man that this is happening. Yes, you can argue both ways. I agree. So it can be natural. So it's naturally is in the any animal, but when somebody eat it, then it can make it worse. So and we understand that Allah in the video as well, right? When Allah give something like a disaster, is the what lah? Okay, since you watch, why Allah give us natural disaster? Imran dah cakap apa tadi? Kita cari orang lain lah. Jobahir, why Allah gives us natural disaster or disaster?
As a punishment or death trial?
Okay. So what do you think about COVID-19?
Think both.
Both. Okay, good. Good answer. So yes, so so because of the human activity, as mentioned by the sister, that it spreads. Otherwise, it will be contained in a bat or in this wild animal. But because of the man's action, then this happened, and Allah allow it, mengizinkan, allow that this is spreading throughout the whole world. And nobody in the whole wide world has anticipated that this will happen. You know, we have forecast of economy. There are people who are expert in economy forecast to know what's happening in the future, but none of them are prepared for this COVID-19 pandemic. It's nobody. This is history. So everybody are grappling to handle it. And as a Muslim, we see it as a punishment and also a test to see whether we actually a servant who is grateful, a servant who goes back to Allah or no, and also maybe as a punishment if we are not good people, right? Good Muslim. So people are we. Let's say, madam, I'm a good Muslim. I pray 5 times a day. I switch off my lights when I go out. I pick up rubbish. I never do. I will give food to the animals. But you see people who do bad, unethical things, but you don't do anything. Okay, that's also part of the punishment. So whenever we see unethical things happen around us, we cannot keep quiet. Allah tells us, the Prophet tells us, we cannot keep quiet. We need to do something. We need to do something within our capacity. If you cannot do it with your own hands, go find other people who can stop the things from happening, right? Because otherwise, like this, Allah will send the whole bala, the whole calamity to all of us. So there's hikmah. There's wisdom and good things out of it. But we should see it as a punishment and test as well, so that we become a better person. Okay, good. Any more questions or comments on this? I wish one day.
I got question, madam.
Okay, thank you, Mirza. Sebelum saya start
question is on the natural disaster, right, and man-made disaster.
Yes.
So man-made disaster, I want to ask, is war is included as man-made disaster? You know,
war,
because war can cause many impact to the human lives, to the environment, destroying the land, and so. How is your opinion?
Okay, thank you for a good answer, good question. Sabah from Yemen, right? Ke Egypt? I forgot.
Yemen.
Okay, we have a lot of war in Yemen. Maybe Sabah can answer because you are living it, or you're at least your relatives there. Can you hear me?
Can you repeat? Like it's disconnecting, connecting.
Yeah, your internet I can see. So can you answer Mirza's question, because Yemen is until now in a war?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Mirza, can you repeat your question?
My question is, there are two disasters, which is natural and man-made, right? So I'm asking that, is war is considered as man-made disaster, because war causes many losses to lives and also impact to the environment, to the land. So how do you think?
War is a man-made disaster, yes. I don't see the question actually.
So if yes, why yes?
Weapons created by men. killing. They're doing the killing, so I think it's very clear that it's a man-made disaster.
Okay. So why are people doing this man-made disaster? Why people have war?
Greed, money. They want power. A lot of things they want to control. They want everyone to want for themselves. Envy. All of these sins combined together.
All combined together, and you have
Yes.
war. Yes. So yes, war is unfortunately the worst of what can happen in a man-made, where you directly kill another human being, regardless of their religion. So Islam always never condone any war, but unfortunately, it's happening, and it's happening in many of the Muslim countries. And it's very complicated because it has to do with the politics. Sometimes they call themselves Muslims, but they are not really practicing what Islam says. So rather than pointing us now, so what should we do? Okay, rather than us pointing and then we cannot solve that, the first thing that we should do is to improve ourselves. Make sure we ourselves are practicing Muslim who really understand Islam, not just following what your grandparents are doing, your parents are doing. You just follow blindly. We need to know our religion so that we become better Muslims, and hopefully one day have an opportunity to stop this, to stop the war. And yes, and there will be always people who have greed, but war is it's a terrible state. It's a terrible state. I once watched the documentary of the documentary of Pakistan and India. Any Pakistanis or Indian here? Bangladeshi? Faisal Bangladeshi, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Did you watch the documentary of the split of Pakistan and India? It was really scary, and people are killing everybody. The Hindus are killing the Muslims, and the Muslims are killing the Hindus. So then I asked this question to one of we have in ECE previously, Dr. Sharos, she's from Pakistan. So I asked him, why are the Muslims killing the Hindus viciously? It's not like killing, just killing like that, just killing and doing bad things to the small kids and everything. Why?
An example out of them like that.
Sorry?
The killing, the way they are following for the killing, that they are gonna make an example out of their murder like that. The killing, the process was like that.
Example for what?
Like if you are gonna kill a person, like if you are doing that so horribly that it will be an example for other people. Yeah.
So they'll be afraid.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's why they do it like that. It's crazy. It's not Islamic at all, because that's why. So when I asked the Prof. Sharos or Dr. Sharos on this, he said, sister, in a war, na'uzubillah min zalik, we should ask Allah to protect us from this. And in any country, wherever you are, we always ask Allah that we will not be in war, because in war, the everything, the environment totally are not normal anymore, and people are not normal anymore. When you see your family members are killed, and then everybody are killing everybody, you go crazy. So even if you have strong iman, you also might do things that you don't want to do. So because in the documentary, I saw a very sad story that the Muslims were killing and then raping, and then why all this? That's why always the victims of war is always the women and the children, and women and children need to make a lot of dua. So this, because in the end, women and children cannot protect themselves, and they are the one that always being targeted. So we should make dua that Allah give us peace. And while we are in peace, brothers and sisters, if our country, Malaysia, is in peace, make dua, thank Allah for that. I remember I have Khalil from Iraq, right? You're from Iraq, right, Khalil?
No, ma'am. I'm from Syria.
Oh, you're from Syria.
I'm the border with Iraq, so I look Iraqi.
Oh, okay. You look Iraqi. Oh, that's why. Because yes, you look like Iraqi. Because I have there's a professor in ECE before. His name was Professor Khalid. He looks similar to you. So and we have Prof. Shihab as before from Iraq, and he always said to me, I like to talk to these professors, old professors and non-Malaysian.
I know Prof. Shihab.
You know Prof. Shihab? And
yes.
Yes, and he said to me, sister, you need to be grateful for your country being peace. So sometimes we take for granted the peace that we have no war in Malaysia. Alhamdulillah. But because it's normal, we always take that for granted. So say, sister, Malaysia is one of the peaceful country where there's no war. So that is a thing that we should be grateful for and ask Allah to keep on making this continuous, this blessing of Allah, having no war. Because when you have war, na'udzubillah min zalik, people go crazy, right? People go crazy everywhere. So, and we also should make dua for other Muslim countries who are in war now. If you look in Syria, in the refugee camp, who are suffering, the children, you look at the children, the old people and the women. It's always that, it's always heartbreaking. So when we see all these brothers and sisters in the world now, how can we just live happily and don't think of them and make dua of them and try to prepare yourself to help them? Maybe you cannot help them now. I'm just a mere student, I cannot do anything, but you should have a ambition, in your side, in yourself, that I want one day to help my Muslim brothers and sisters everywhere in the world. So while you're a student, so that's why you don't waste your time. If you finish studying your degree, your extra time should be used to build yourself, to get as much skill as possible in order to help our brothers and sisters in the world. So I'm already 40 something. When I have time, when you get older, the processor goes slower. I'm not as 40 is okay. I think I see my friend who 50, the thinking rate is slower. The processor is slower. So you are still young. Your processor is supposed to be faster than mine, right? So when I have any free time, I will go learn languages. I will learn new programming language. I will learn how to make apps. I don't have to learn how to make apps. I can just ask the student to do that. But you know why I'm learning it? Because I need to have the skill. One day, if I need to help something, I have the skill. So you brothers and sisters, while you're still young, go and get as much skill. There are a lot of free, free courses out there. Go and learn. Even you find something that you can contribute, you find something that you can learn and contribute. For example, I learned how to make posters. Oh, madam, why you waste your time? It's not wasting my time. Nowadays everything need poster, right? So I learned how to make poster. I watch YouTube videos until I get headache because too many, right? So why don't you do this while you still have time, brothers and sisters? Instead of wasting your time, find skills to improve yourself. And you need to have an ambition. Ya Allah, I want to help my brothers and sisters in the world. Please guide me and give me the right skills to help them. Right? So if you make dua from now, Allah will grant you inshallah. When you go out, you have a purpose. Now, what is your purpose of life? Just to get a CGPA of good CGPA, get married, have a good job. Is that why Allah created you? Or Allah created you for a bigger purpose? I'm sure when Allah created each one of you, Allah has specially chosen all of you to come to IIUM, and that is not random. And that is not random, brothers and sisters. And you in my class also not random. I think so maybe you think, oh, I just put and then suddenly I'm here. No, Allah has put you here and Allah has put me here. So I'm giving advice to all of you, including myself. Let's prepare ourselves. If we can contribute now, do it. If cannot, prepare ourselves for the future where we can help, so that we can stop. So because the topic is natural disaster, right, or man-made disaster, we can stop this from even a small effort that we can do. I just want to share a story. It's an Israeli story. It's not Sahih, but it's a good story. So just take it as a story. You know, and it was told by a senior of mine when I was in UK. She said, one day, you know, the Prophet, this Israelite, I already told you Israelite, right? So you don't have to tell me it's not Sahih, everything I know. It's just a story that you can learn from it. So but the what do you call it, the pengajaran apa? The
lesson.
The lesson for it you can take. Okay, you can take the lesson from it. Yeah.
Of the story.
Sorry? Okay.
Moral value.
The value of the story.
Of the story.
Yes, the moral, the lesson, the value of the story. So during the Prophet's time, the Prophet Ibrahim, Ibrahim was, his people had made a big fire, right, to burn him alive. So he was put into the fire. That's a true story. Okay, so that after this there will be a slight story. So he was burned alive. So and the fire is so big, it's like a mountain. The fire that the people are making to kill him, to burn him alive. It's not just kill, to torture him, right? That's why killing alive, burning him alive. So, and then this story, my senior was telling me, there's this one little bird. It's a, burung pipit. Have you seen the small bird in site UIA? Just small bird, have you seen that small bird that you can see eating? Burung pipit in Malay, in English, I don't know, swallow or something. So this small bird, see this, what the small bird did was, the bird is small and the beak, it's also small. So he or the bird is taking water using his or her beak to go to the big mountain of fire and put the water there, and he keep on doing 1, 2, 3 times. And then there's another animal who saw the situation and then laughed at the bird. He said, I don't know, I can't remember what's the name of the other animal. Say, oh, why are you doing this? You are just wasting your time. It doesn't make sense. This big mountain of fire will cool down because of your water, because it's more water coming here, and then very tiring. This bird going, what the bird answered? The bird answered, yes, I know, but I'm trying my best, and at least I can answer to Allah in the day of judgment that I have done my best. So I think it's a beautiful story. It's including us. Sometimes maybe we do something that people say, oh no, what do you call it? No good outcome. There's no outcome.
Pointless.
Like nearly pointless, right? But the most important is Allah doesn't, these are true facts. Allah doesn't look at the outcome. Allah always look at your effort. So the best that you can do. So all of us, brothers and sisters, we have some capacity, capability, effort to do something. So even it's small, right? It seems like pointless, but you can say to Allah, Ya Allah, I tried to help my brothers in Yemen like this. I tried to help my sisters in Syria like this. I tried to help my brothers and sisters in Kashmir like this, right? So they are all our brothers and sisters. When they say La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, instantly they are our brothers and sisters. And it's our responsibility to take care of them. How much you take care of your family, that's how we're supposed to take care of each other, right? So we have obligation, responsibility towards everybody, the Muslim Ummah especially, and all the Muslim, all of humanity. So we should think like the small bird. What have you done? Have you done anything, or just laughing at other people who you think is doing pointless? But on the side of Allah, the bird will get Jannah because the bird is doing the best that he or she could with the capacity that Allah has given to it. So that's just a reminder for all of us. And you know, this engineering ethics, all the topics here, you will see this again and again in your life. In the future, when you're working with your family, you will have question of ethics, questions of this unethical things, and question about the natural disaster. And it depends on us how to view it, and what to do when it happens. So hopefully from this class it opens your mind, you know, but it's not just for this knowledge. This class is not only for you to get a mark. It's supposed for you to use in your life. Okay, so hopefully all of us will be a person that can answer to Allah, Ya Allah, I have done my best. Okay, so wherever it is, we and Allah, nobody knows what you're actually doing, but you are answerable to Allah. So let's try our best so that Allah can forgive us because we have tried. And the first thing is to improve ourselves. So if you want to help others, the first thing, Qu anfusikum wa ahlikum nara. First, take care of yourself from hellfire. Then, take care of your family, of your people. So first, take care of yourself. Make sure we are a good Muslim. Make sure we pray 5 times a day with khushu'. How khushu' is our salat? Okay, I have another 5 minutes. What is the percentage of your khushu' in the Zuhur prayer just now? Interesting question. I can ask this question. Hassan, where are you? You're hiding now? Hassan, you there? No? Haziq, what's the percentage of your khushu' of your Zuhur prayer?
I'm not sure.
Give me a number. 50, 30, 20, 100.
Okay. Maybe 40.
Huh?
40, maybe 40.
40?
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you? Can you write down in the message? What is the percentage of your khushu'? So, welcome back, Hassan. I called your name just now. So, okay, everybody write down in the chat. What's the percentage of your of your khushu' of Zuhur prayer? Just want to see. If there's somebody 100%, then maybe we can interview. We can done. Now, why nobody is writing anything? Wow. Muhammad Aiman 99. Okay. Okay. Be honest, huh? Okay. From 50 to 4%. Are you sure it's not 24, 54? Are you sure it's 4%, Abdul Hakim? Where's Abdul Hakim here? So Muhammad Aiman.
Typo, madam. Typo.
Oh, typo. Ya Allah, 4%. Okay, so the highest is Muhammad Aiman. Where are you? Muhammad Aiman?
Yes.
So can you tell us how do you get the number 99.9%?
I once watched a video that said if you want to be khusyuk in solat, you should know what you are reading. For instance, that when we recite the Al-Fatiha, we should know the meaning so we can focus on the meaning.
Yes, but 99.9%, it means that all the time, the 4 raka'ah, only 1 second you don't have Allah in your heart?
Inshallah, madam.
Wow, mashallah. That's that's amazing. So even I asked an ulama, also his answer was not even 90%. So it's good. So keep on if you are doing it, may Allah accept it, and then maybe you can also teach others how to have
Inshallah, madam.
Inshallah. So because when you have khusyu' of your salah, As-salatu tanha anil fahsya'i wal munkar. The salah will stop you from any fahsya wal munkar, anything munkar. So the problem is many people are praying but still doing fahsya wal munkar because of the quality of the salah. Okay, so it's a reminder even for me. If you ask me, I will not dare even say 90%. I will say for me, I ask Allah to forgive me maybe 60%. And I hope, and it's struggling, it's like a jihad. And it's a jihad, brothers and sisters, to really put your heart and soul in the salah. So let's keep on doing the jihad for the salah. If you can remember Allah and humble yourself in front of Allah, inshallah Allah will take care of the rest. So if you can start with ourselves, tell the people around us, our family, inshallah, our ummah will become a better ummah. Okay, I think that's enough for today. So the natural disaster and the disaster management covered. So we move on to the next, inshallah, after mid-sem break, we'll cover for the other topics. Don't forget for you to prepare for your projects. And you have problem, let me know. Okay, those who I called just now should contact me. Okay, can we have a brother who haven't recited the dua to make a dua, please? To end the class.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Allahumma firli wal walidayya warhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Sallallahu alaihi sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you very much, brother. Siapa tadi? Imran. Brother Imran for the doa. So I will see you on Thursday. Let's close with tasbih kafarah and surat al-Asr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr. Innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you everybody.